Hello everyone, I'm here with my next video on the chapter 2 Stories About Flying. This is the first part of 2 Stories About Flying from the book First Flight of Class 10. The chapter is His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty. This is a story about a young seagull who, out of fear, finds it very difficult to make his first flight. As I read the text, I'll keep explaining. I hope you enjoy the wonderful pictures that I've added alongside the text. So let's get started. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him, so he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So this is a story about this young seagull who is left alone on the ledge as his siblings, his two brothers and sister, gathered courage and made their first flight. Our young seagull was afraid. He was full of fear. He could not gather courage to make his first plunge. So, even if his whole family had flown away, he was too afraid to fly, and so he bent his head and ran back to the little hole under the ledge where they used to live, and it is there he slept that night all alone. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he could not move. So it so happened that his younger siblings managed to take their first flight despite their wings being shorter than his own. But he could not gather courage, though he tried desperately to do so. He was scolded by his parents. He was threatened that he would starve if he stayed there. But he was so very scared that he could not even move. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had, in fact, seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his quaddess. So it so happened now he had been alone for a day, that is 24 hours, after he tried because his parents were busy focusing on his siblings, so he was left alone. They helped his siblings master the art of flying and diving for food in the sea. His older sibling even caught his first fish, which he proudly ate at a rock while his parents celebrated his accomplishment. That morning, his parents taunted him all the way for being a coward. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing on his ledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge and, standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Still, they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. So now we see that the sun had now risen and he was feeling the heat more than ever because he was hungry, he was empty stomach, he had not eaten the whole day. He stepped out of his ledge and pretended to sleep on one leg to gain the attention of his family. Still no one noticed him. His siblings were sleeping, his father was cleaning his feathers with his beak, and he was pretending that he was asleep at one corner of the ledge. He thought his brothers or his father would come to help him. Only his mother was looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. "Ga, ga, ga," he cried, begging her to bring him some food. "Ga, kola," she screamed back derisively. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so he uttered a joyful scream. Now it so happened that while the siblings were sleeping and his father was preening, the mother was standing on the other plateau eating fish while she noticed the little seagull do this pretense. The seagull got mad on seeing the fish because he was very hungry. He loved to tear away the fish and scrape his beak now and then. He called out to his mother very plaintively, very sadly, but the mother screamed back derisively to tell him that he should come forward for the food. But then suddenly he uttered a joyful scream. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outward and downward into the space. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. So what happened was, when he saw his mother eat the fish, she was staring as he had always liked at the fish. He got excited. He suddenly screamed when he saw his mother flying towards him. He got excited as she came nearer and thus leaned forward, Suddenly she stopped, not too far from him. Out of excitement and hunger, he dived at the fish without realizing for a moment that he was afraid to fly. He just forgot he was now in the air. For a moment, he was in a shock and stood still out of terror. All of this lasted only for a moment. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outward. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downward and outward. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once again and he soared upward. Ga 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 kola. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. This was such a happy moment for the family. As soon as he spread his wings outward, the fear was only momentary. He gained courage. He could feel the wind against his breast feathers, stomach, and his wings. He could feel himself cutting through the air. He was not scared now. He was just a bit nervous. But then his mother accompanied him. They all cried with happiness. The father came flying towards him screaming. The two brothers and his sister, everybody was full of excitement, and this was a moment of celebration. We can see the whole family flying happily in the sky. The young seagull had made his first flight. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly, and commended himself to dive and soar and curve and shrieking shrilly. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. So it now happened that after flying for some time, he overcame his fear. He in fact forgot that he was once scared to make this first flight. He did all the things that he had always wanted to do. He flew straight over the sea and could see the green mountains, the green sea beneath him. He screamed out of joy and enjoyed the victory. When he landed, the green flooring of the sea, his family landed before him and they started calling him. They were all so excited. They were screaming and shouting in excitement. He then went into the sea where at first he got scared and thus panicked. He tried to escape. He thought he would get drowned. He tried to escape but got tired and weak because of hunger. But he was tired and weak with hunger and he could not rise, exhausted by the strange exercise. His feet sank into the green sea and then his belly touched it and he sank no further. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. So now when he panicked that he would drown in water, he tried to fly, but he was too tired to fly because of hunger. Moreover, he had flown and it was his first flight. He had exerted himself. He had got exhausted by the strange exercise. His family was celebrating in excitement and they started offering him food. When his belly touched the water, he realized that he was floating. He no longer sank. He was floating in water. He was also so excited. The whole family was screaming, praising him. They were all encouraging him, motivating him, even offering him scraps of dogfish. Finally, he had overcome his fear and had made his first flight. This is so encouraging. So, we need to fight any kind of fear that we have. We need to be victorious. We need to overcome any fear that we have to be successful in life. Let us quickly do the back questions, the NCERT textbook questions first, and then I have few extra questions for you. Question 1. Why was the young seagull afraid to fly? Do you think all young birds are afraid to make their first flight, or are some birds more timid than others? Do you think a human baby also finds it a challenge to take its first steps? The answer is, the young seagull was afraid to fly because it was his first flight and he feared of falling and hurting himself. He thought that his wings would not support him while flying. Yes, it is natural that doing something for the first time is a bit challenging and fearful. All birds must be afraid to make their first flight. Similarly, a human baby is also afraid of taking the first step and finds it challenging when he learns to crawl or stand up without support. Question 2. The sight of the food maddened him. What does this suggest? What compelled the young seagull to finally fly? The answer is, the young seagull was very hungry. It was this hunger that ultimately compelled it to fly. Its hunger intensified when it saw its mother tearing at a piece of fish that lay at her feet. It cried to her, begging her to get some food. When its mother came towards it with food in her beak, it screamed with joy and anticipation. However, she stopped midway. It wondered why she did not come nearer. Not being able to resist or control its hunger or the temptation any longer, it dived at the food in its mother's beak. At that moment, his hunger overpowered his fear of the great expanse of sea beneath the cliff. Finally, this plunge was followed by natural reaction of its body and the young seagull made its first flight. Question 3. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. Why did the seagull's father and mother threaten him and cajole him to fly? The answer is, Seagull's parents had tried everything, but he was reluctant to fly due to fear of falling down. He looked at his brothers and sister but wouldn't make any efforts. He was not able to gather courage to make a plunge. That is why the whole family had left him alone, had scolded him, threatened him, and cajoled him to come, but every effort went in vain. The next question is, have you ever heard a similar experience where your parents encouraged you to do something that you were too scared to try? Discuss this in pairs or groups. Now, this is my way, something that is really connected to my life. So this is my answer. You should also try, remember something where you were scared to make the first plunge or the first step towards something that you feared. Let us see what I have for you. I had a similar experience while learning to drive the car alone, even after a 15-day training by a professional. In my initial attempts, I found it difficult to change gears and developed a fear of driving, which was difficult to overcome. No amount of provoking and cajoling could let me try it again, but my father encouraged me to overcome the fear and helped me as he was adamant on my learning how to drive so that I could go to my workplace in it. He used to take me out for driving every afternoon. His moral support and physical presence developed confidence in me. Thus, I overcame my fear and can go and take anyone along with me without any fear. So, this answer can vary. You can write your experience too. Let us see the next question, which is connected to this only. In the case of a bird flying, it seems a natural act and a foregone conclusion that it should succeed. In the examples you have given in answer to the previous question, was your success guaranteed, or was it important for you to try regardless of a possibility of failure? So as I told you about my fear at the time when I learned driving, let us see what I have here for you. So in the same way, this answer may also vary. You can write your experience too. So my answer is, we face some problems in the initial stage while learning new skill. Due to the fear of failure, we hesitate to perform a task or do something new. In case of the seagull, his parents cajoled him to fly. In the example I have given in my answer of the previous question, I was encouraged by my father to learn how to drive. So at that stage, I was to learn driving as it was very important for me to overcome my fear. Yes, my success was guaranteed because if someone is determined to do something, then success is assured. Moreover, I agree with what Dale Carnegie quotes: inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. I have some extra questions for you. Let us see. Why did the seagull's father and mother threaten him and persuade him to fly? How did they do it? Do you think it is a good parenting? Should the parents threaten their wards for learning? The answer is, the young seagull was scared to fly. He was afraid of the vast expanse of the sea beneath him. His siblings were courageous and had learned to fly. His parents constantly encouraged him to fly, but he was too scared to fly. He was left alone without food. He was desperate with hunger. He expected his parents to feed him. They threatened him that he would die of hunger if he did not fly. The mother tempted him with a fish within his reach, but not closer to him. He ultimately fell to temptation and dived into the sea and finally succeeded. Yes, it was good parenting. Parents should not pamper their kids by spoon feeding. They should make them independent. They should learn to do their work. Parents' strictness in making a child learn a skill should not be taken as a threat. It is necessary and in favor of the child. In my opinion, without threat, the seagull would not have learned to fly. He would have starved to death. Let us see next extra question. Fear and lack of confidence stop one from learning new things. Do you agree? How did these two traits of the young seagull make him coward? How did he overcome these shortcomings? My answer is, it is true that fear and lack of confidence stop us from learning new things. The young seagull lacked the value of courage and confidence in his character. He was the last member in his family to learn the art of flight. He was too scared to fly. His parents and other siblings encouraged him constantly. When it did not work, they scolded him for his cowardice. The mother seagull tricked him and tempted him with a piece of fish. He was kept hungry. His hunger and need for food forced him to dive into the sea. Once he dived, his fear disappeared and he enjoyed his first flight. It is a fact that unless we try for something and overcome our fear, we can't learn anything. Confidence and motivation are the two important traits that make any learning possible. Let us see question 3. Does the situation of young seagull arouse sympathy for him? Does sympathy always help? Do you think providing food to the young seagull out of sympathy would have helped him? Now in this question, you can give your viewpoints also. I have both the viewpoints here for you. You can pick up any that you feel is right in your opinion and can elaborate on the opinion that you hold. The answer is, the young seagull was afraid of flying. He thought that his wings could not support him. He pretended to be falling asleep and called his mother for food. He was hungry but could not muster the courage to jump down and fly. He was scared. All his family members had left him and taunted him for his cowardice. In fact, they wanted him to take his first flight. He should have overcome his fear of flight by now. Yes, I sympathize with the seagull. It is not an easy task to take the first leap. One has to be confident and bold. All are not equally brave. The young seagull was ready to jump, but he needed some time. Ultimately, he mustered the courage and overcame his fear of flight. So this is one answer, the assertive part. Let us see the negative one. No, sympathy does not always help. It makes a person dependent. We should not give a fish to a hungry man out of sympathy. We should teach him how to catch fish for food. If the young seagull had been provided food, he would never have learned the art of flying. He would have become crippled parasite on his family. I hope this video of the text with explanation and wonderful pictures and question answers and few extra questions was really helpful to you. Do let me know how you like this video in the comment section. I also am taking a live session on this. I will put the link of the live session in the description box in case you have missed the live session. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care.